Hello and welcome. My name is Professor William Corder, and I am the instructor for this cultural geography number 20819 that runs from February 9th at 4 p.m. through June 3rd, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. in this spring 2023 14-week semester format for Santa Ana College. Wow, I got through that. How about that? Some of you have probably had me before. This is a slightly more off-the-wall class to take, but if you haven't, welcome. If you have, you probably understand what's going to happen right here. Let me tell you this, first of all. Canvas suggests using Chrome or Firefox rather than Safari. They also suggest that you clear your cache to ensure fluidity in the functioning of your system. YouTube has lots of videos on how to go about doing that. Also, Canvas's phone number is 844-612-7428. I would strongly suggest you load it into your phone. They're available to you 24/7 free of charge because you're a student at Santa Ana College. I've used them many times, and I think you'll probably find them very, very helpful. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I work out at the YMCA near my house, and one of the guys I work out with sometimes, or at least I'm around when I'm working out, is a guy named Gabe, G-A-B-E. His name is Gabriel, but he goes by Gabe. And he's a bit older than me. He's a Vietnam veteran. And when he found out that I was a geography instructor, he said to me, I never knew how important geography was until I went to Vietnam. Because, of course, what's going to happen in a war? In a war, you need to understand latitude, longitude, and landscape, and your cultural complexities, and topography, and climate, and weather, and all of these sorts of things. So I'm telling you that geography actually really does matter. I know everybody says this about their discipline, but geography really actually does matter. Who would think it, but it does. So here's what we do. This is the way you get onto this class. You type in sac.edu, so sac.edu, and this page or a similar page is going to show up. You come over here and you click on Canvas, and this bronze banner that says log into Canvas is going to come up. You click on that, and that will allow you to begin to input your information, your codes and everything else, your passwords, and that will eventually lead you to this, which is called your Canvas dashboard. Now, this is my dashboard, so it looks different from yours, but wherever yours is or whatever it looks like, you just come over here to the class that we're talking about, which is Geography 102, number 20819. You click on that, and it will open up and bring you to your Canvas homepage. Now, it says start here under announcements. I would advise you to check the announcements at least once a week to make sure you see what's going on, because I will load things into there. But if you click on start here, just read through this information. It's a very good way to start, give you an idea of what's happening. Let me backspace here. You can see welcome to Cultural Geography 102. Yes, this is similar to start here. So the school builds in redundancy. If you read start here, you don't actually have to read welcome to Cultural Geography 102. Okay. The first week, there is a syllabus quiz. In fact, I want you to know this. The Module 1 assignments for this class must be completed by Saturday, February 25th at 11:59 p.m., or I'm required to drop you by both the state and the college. As in, I'm required to do it. And if you don't like that, speak to your elected representatives, because there's nothing I can do about it. I have to drop you. Okay? So just get everything done in Module 1, and then you can roll along. One of the things is a syllabus quiz. So if you click on syllabus on the left-hand side, the syllabus is going to automatically open for you. So I'm going to go through the syllabus a little bit, but notice right here, it says no-show statement, and it's Title 5. Okay, this is a law. Then we go down here, Canvas contact information, disclaimer, I reserve the right to modify the syllabus, course overview if needed. Here's how to contact me. Either message me through Canvas or use my SAC email. Course name and description, the textbook, which is free. There it is. It's a little bit of complexity to using it, but you can do it. Nevertheless, it is free, so we're going with that. Course placement and transferability, DSPS statement. Recognize the DSPS statement if you are indeed a DSPS student. And if you're a DSPS student, please get that documentation to me as quickly as possible so that I can accommodate you as quickly as possible. Student learning outcomes, course objectives, course goals, course topics. Notice the class is broken into 3 sections. Each one of these ends with an exam. Reading, here's the reading that you're going to do in each one of those 3 sections from that free online textbook. Attendance, how do you attend an online class? You do everything you're assigned to do every week, and then I know you're there. If you start missing assignments, so you have weeks where you're not doing something, I'm going to probably begin to consider you absent. At some point, I'm required to drop you. Course grading, please make sure that you go through all of this and read the things on how you accumulate your grade in this class. Notice it's a straight scale. And also notice this. No exams will be dropped. The syllabus quiz will not be dropped. No chapter reading quizzes will be dropped. No discussion board assignments will be dropped. No other grade assignments will be dropped if there are any. A 0 will be assigned for all exams, quizzes, discussion boards, etc. not taken. There are no makeups, retakes, or redos on any graded assignment, quiz, or exam. By the way, this is captioned professionally. I'm not going to go through and filter these captions to make sure they're perfect, but on all of my other lecture videos, I either personally captioned them or I've had them professionally captioned, then I read through them. So they're like 99.9% clean. You could flip on the captions and just read right through this if you wanted to do that. This one's not going to be perfect, but it will be close. And then here's the schedule. All the rest of them will be perfect though. So this is what we're going to do as the semester rolls along. Take a look at that. Canvas course site, technical support information, required technology. Obviously, you're taking a fully online class, so it's very important that you have good technology, that you have a good computer, and that you have good internet access. I can't help you out if you don't. Now, the school can, because you can do things at the school and use their internet or their Wi-Fi, or you can use their computers even. Academic honesty and student code of conduct, assignment to Canvas, what you go through, important dates for this 14-week semester, miscellaneous things, and Title IX, okay? Continue to scroll down here. You can see suggestions for successful completion of geography, which are these 12 bullet points. Make sure you read through those before you take the quiz on the syllabus. Course description, required materials, which is the free textbook. Instructor contact, this is how you get a hold of me. There I am at the Taj Mahal. Whoops, there I am. And email. So this is how you email or message me. Please read through this thing before you email me or message me so nothing is awkward. Just please read through it. Thank you very much. It'll tell you how to do it so that you don't, I don't know, do something that you kind of regret later. Instructor bio, something about me, student learning outcomes, and so on. So let's go back over here to home. Right, there's the home page, beautiful picture of the Andes, and then click on modules. So these are my modules. They're going to look a little different from you because you're not the instructor, so you're not going to have this particular module, but you will have the course information module. Let me show you what you do. If you click on Welcome to Cultural Geography, this is very similar to Start here, but just read through this. You can click down here on the bottom right-hand side, Next. Then there's the syllabus. I told you there are redundancies built in. Click Next again. Instructor contact, more redundancies, but if you haven't seen it before, here it is again. You know, the school wants to make sure you see these things. Communication plan, I would definitely read through that so you know how we communicate. And then course policies, please read through that. It also tells you more about, you know, how the, well, let's say this, how we interact with each other. Let's put it that way. So we stay kind of cool, right? They come down here, module 1 is where we're going to start. So this is the first module, okay? I would click on the module 1 introduction and read through what it has to say and then watch me at LAX talking about what's going to happen in the class. I'm going to backspace here. And then I want to point this out to you. Notice that all of the graded assignments, and in module 1, there's 3 of them. There's a discussion board, the syllabus quiz, and then the chapter 1 reading quiz and chapter 2 reading quiz. They are all indented one space. All graded assignments are indented one space in these modules. So you can see in module 2, there's the only graded assignment is a discussion board, it's indented one space. Module 3, the only graded assignment is a chapter 5 reading quiz, indented one space. Module 4, you have a discussion and a chapter reading quiz, both indented one space. And module 5 is your first exam, which is going to be based on the material that comes out of those first 4 modules. Okay, I know I'm going through this fast, but you know, we're pressed for time here. There's a little thing on the textbook versus me and how to access the textbook. If I was you, I'd take a look at that. So let's take a look at these graded assignments. The discussion board. So the first discussion board is about the pandemic. It's something we've all lived through. Pandemics tend to be very, very geographical things anyway, because they start in a place, they diffuse, and then, you know, people operate in different ways according to how they feel about them, and the governments do. And if you want to, once you read through that, you want to respond to the discussion board, which you are required to do. You type in whatever your response is, and then you come down here and you click post reply, and then it will show up and you'll be able to see other people's responses and then reply to them also. Okay. Now let me tell you something about the discussion boards. The discussion topics are not always just straight ahead geographic topics. I mean, a pandemic is, of course. Although almost anything can be really construed as being geography, but the topics are kind of meant to represent topics that might arise kind of organically in a classroom or a face-to-face live class. And all kinds of things pop up in class. As you imagine, if you sat in classes, people talk about all kinds of things. They want to give their opinion on all sorts of things. It's college, it's the marketplace of ideas. They have some relation, these discussion boards, to the geographic topics, but they might not be completely closely related. They might be kind of more distantly related. Nevertheless, they are the types of topics that do come up in college classrooms and then elicit discussion, and that's the way we're going to roll, okay? Good. Now let me click on next right here, and you'll see it will bring us to the syllabus quiz. Make sure you read through all instructions before you take any quiz. And let me go back over here to modules, and you can see right there where we are. Chapter 1, thinking geographically, and Chapter 2, geographic tools and methods. So what you need to do is this. You click on this, and this will tell you out of those first 2 chapters what you need to get out of it. There's the concepts and terminology, and that's what I'm going to quiz you on, okay? And if you click on the link will bring you to the textbook. And when it brings you to the textbook, read textbook, you click on that. I know this is a little bit of a hassle to get to this. You click on contents, but it's free, remember, keep that in mind. And then main body, and then there you go. There's the first 2 chapters. You read those chapters, and then you're going to take a quiz on it. Let me come back over here. And if I click on next down here, you can also see that. Here's the quiz. And again, here's the link. So you can get to that link. So you read through all that, tells you everything about when it's due, and you let it rip, man. You read that stuff, and then off you go and take the quiz on it. Okay? And again, the quiz is on those concepts and terminology that I have right here. All right? Then, what you need to get out of this module for the exam, what you need to get is right there. Culture Geography Section 1, Module 1, Terms and Concepts. So this is what I'm going to lecture on. And if you click on Next, you'll see here's the first lecture, Introduction to Culture Geography. Then here's the second lecture. What is culture? A manifestation of culture. There I am at my friend's house. Then you can see the geographic grid. I just mentioned that. And latitude and longitude. And it just keeps going. Okay? And that's what you need to get out of it in order to be able to take the exam that you find down here in Module 5. Okay? And it happens the same thing in Module 4. You can see here's the concepts and terms for the chapter reading quiz. Here's the discussion board. Then this is these are the terms and concepts that you need to get out of this Module 4. And, for example, who migrates? Okay, well, here's a lecture video on who migrates. And as I said, they're all professionally captioned, or I captioned them myself. All right, let's have a great semester. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or email me. If you want 5 extra credit points on your first exam, that Section 1 exam, email me or message me through Canvas with the name of the guy from the YMCA that I spoke about regarding geography at the beginning of this video. Put the name of the class, which is Geography 102, number 20819, and his name in the subject box, then your name in the body of the email. This must reach me by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, February 22nd in order to receive the points. If you hit me after that, I will not let you have the points. It's a gift to you for being on time. By the way, I would make sure that I also read that email that I sent out, wink, wink, hint, hint, nod, nod, that this video is attached to. All right, let's go and have a great semester.